Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Blessed Onobanjo and this is Unfollowing You, where we talk about everything healthy lifestyle, healthy connection, achieving the state of wholeness as a young woman. And if you are just joining me, thank you so much for coming by and welcome to my channel. Alright, so I know that it is love season, right? I know that everywhere you turn to, people are talking about relationship proposals and the God word moment. But guys, can we just please slow it down a bit? Can we slow this thing down a bit and let us talk about something much more important than just finding love? When I talk about something much more important than just finding love, I'm thinking about the kind of love that you accept, the kind of man that you choose, the kind of masculinity that raises the family and build homes. You understand? So I know that love is it's not just about flowers and dates, and some, midnight escapades and all those things that we do. But when I talk about genuine love, I'm talking about the man that is committed, into becoming the person that you envisage yourself to be, the man that is committed into building what you have in mind, for you to build, the man that is interested and also committed to growth the same way you're also committed to your own personal growth. That is the kind of love that I'm talking about, that we should, look out for in every relationship. And if that person is emotionally old, or, I want you to talk about it. I want you to think and reflect. This is like a reflective moment for us, to see if the person that you are in relationship with right now, the person that you are about to say yes to right now, is emotionally old or is just maxing, is just maxing wounds with "I love you." It's time for us to, pay attention to all of this. So, like I said, if you are just joining us, welcome once again. So let's just dive into it. So today I'm going to be talking about red flags. I mean that the things that you need to look out for, in the person that you are in love or in relationship with, or you are planning or you are envisaging to say yes to. So let's talk about red flags. Number one, red flags. And before I talk about the red flags, you expect me to come and say, hey, he does not call me? No. That's not the major thing. Like, if he does not call you, call him. If a man does not call you, but every man that loves you, don't let me even start with that. Every man that loves you would genuinely call you. He would sacrifice. He would make out, in his priority list and all those things. If a man genuinely loves you, he's going to make out time for you, to talk to you, because communication is the bedrock of a good relationship. So if your relationship, if you guys are still struggling to talk, you're not there yet, or maybe you're not even in a relationship, maybe you're the one thinking that you guys are in a relationship. Alright, so let me get back into what I'm saying. So if you check and you see that this person that you're in a relationship with does not have emotional depth, if he thinks that expressing his feeling sort of like makes him look like he's weak, then I think that you are in for something that you are not planning for, or you are in for something that you are not ready to see how it's gonna go. So if a man thinks that expressing how he feels, instead of him communicating, he just shuts down on you. Instead of him telling you the way he feels about something, instead he switches. He doesn't talk to you, he doesn't respond to chats, he doesn't pick your call. The only way he sort of like avoid problem is by not talking about the problem. Then I think you need to do a recheck if that is the kind of person that you want. Number two red flag that I want you to pay attention to is if he confuses control for leadership. A man that you want to, I'm not saying that you guys are dating for the fun of it. I mean that you are back of your heart that you're going to get married to this person, and he confuses control for leadership. If he dismisses your opinions, does not listen to you, he does not count, allows you, to put in your own input. he dismisses your words, your opinion, and he makes decision alone or by himself, then I think that you need to do a recheck. Yeah, it is very important, because marriage is not something that just one person. It's not the totality of marriage. Is I understand the part of a man being, the head, and sort of like, make the decision, like the major decision. But every successful man out there that has a wife, they will tell you that some of the things that make them great was suggestion that came from their woman. And this is not to diminish his mental faculty or his reasoning capacity or something. No, but the truth is, if you are going to be in alignment, with the vision that you have and the vision that you envisage your family to have, then you should be in a relationship with a man that listens to you. And why it's so important is because when you begin to have kids, you need a man that will listen to you, that you both will think, together about situations, and you'll be able to make plans. So if he's not into that, if he's not doing that, I think that it is best time you begin to reflect if you want to also continue in this relationship. Another talking about is if he hasn't marked himself. For example, you don't behave the way you behave just because you are behaving the way you behave. No, there are things that sort of like triggers. There are some things that they are the core wire of the reason why you behave the way you do, right? So if the person that you are in a relationship with hasn't yet unmarked himself, hasn't yet know the reason why he reacts the way he reacts, he doesn't know the reason why he gets angry at every little thing, if he does not know why he sort of like spend the way he spends, if he hasn't really done the work of knowing himself better, becoming much more self-aware, and knowing his triggers, the things that annoys him, I think that you are not yet ready for a serious relationship, because all of these things are things that needs to be talked about. You understand? So you can't leave a man who hasn't even admit that he's bleeding. If you have a man that is constantly, that sort of like gets angry easily, and you are trying to like help him, if he does not know why he's always getting angry, maybe there's something in his family or in his lineage, or maybe that was how his father was or something, and he's not ready to to even sit down to evaluate himself, and you are trying to make him to understand that he gets angry. I'm sorry, my sister. I think you still have a lot of work to do. Alright, so going forward, I have other lists that I'm going to be mentioning, because it's going to be sequence by sequence. But I think that one of the things I want you to pay attention to is that healthy masculinity matters if you want to have a healthy relationship. Being with someone that is healthy, that is not toxic, is very, very important for you to grow, as a person, for you to flourish as a woman, because it is not just about relationship, but about parenting. You don't want to be with someone that that is not putting the same effort that you have, that is not ready to build whatever it is that you commit your heart to build. You are sort of like you are the person that is pulling the other person, and it's going to burn your heart. And I'm sure that you want to do well in your parenting. I know some of us that were not parented very well. We have regretted, the kind of way we were raised and all. I'm sure you don't want to have a man, that raised you. If you have something like that, I'm just saying it's not a very. I don't want to like generalize this, but there are some people that do not want, to marry the kind of father that gave birth to them. Yeah, and so if you are in that kind of shoe, I think it is very, very important for you to pay attention to the kind of man that you get married to. It is so important. So do not ignore the red flags that you are seeing. Do not ignore the red flags. Do not say that you are going to change him. Do not say that marriage is going to change him. marriage does not change anybody. Marriage amplifies what you are. Marriage amplifies who you are, what you believe in. It's just sort of give more room for you to bet out the things that are inside of you. So marriage does not change anybody. I hope you understand what I'm talking about here. And so yeah, I'm going to continue. We've been able to mention at least like 4 red flags that you need to pay attention to. In my next video, I'm going to continue with other red flags that you also need to pay attention to. And yeah, I've been receiving a lot of responses from people talking about, okay, why do you just talk about healthy masculinity? Why not also talk about healthy femininity? I will also get into that soon. I'm not making a promise yet, but I am a work in progress as a person. So as the idea drops, I'm going to be making videos along that part, and also I'll also make my researches and all of those things. So this is a moment of growth for me. This is a moment of growth for me. So I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm working on being a perfect person. I'm just sharing my experience. I'm just sharing my thoughts, the things that I want. I'm just sharing it with you all. So I hope that you always find reasons to always come back to this, to my channel. Thank you so much for staying with me today again. I will see you when next I see you.